everybody, and welcome to the second episode of Did Jesus Exist? The first episode, we discussed how important it is to have non-Christian sources for proving Jesus was real. We brought to light the part of the Babylonian Talmud that was talking about Jesus. If you haven't watched that yet, I recommend you watch it. Today's source is from the Jewish historian Flavius Josephus. According to Ralph O. Muncaster in his book, Evidence for Jesus, Josephus, quote, is widely recognized as one of the greatest first-century historians, unquote. Josephus has had an interesting life story, to say the least. He was born in 37 A.D. and has spent his youth in Israel. During his 20s, he went to Rome to negotiate the releasing of several priests held hostage by Emperor Nero. When he got home, the Jewish Revolution had begun. He went to Vespasian and convinced him he was the Messiah, and with that he assisted the Roman commander Titus due to his knowledge of the Jewish culture. He wrote a historical piece that was factually correct, but written to flatter the Romans and warn other provinces of the cost of opposing Rome. Later he wrote the book Antiquities. This excerpt is from Book 18, section 63 through 64. Quote, Now there was about this time Jesus, a wise man, if it be lawful to call him a man, for he was a doer of wonders. A teacher of such men received the truth with pleasure. He drew many after him, both of the Jew and the Gentiles. He was the Christ. When Pilate, at the suggestion of the principal men among us, had condemned him to the cross, those that loved him at the first did not forsake him, for he appeared to them alive again the third day, as the divine prophets have foretold, and 10,000 other wonderful things about him. And the tribe of Christians, so they named from him, are not extinct at this day. End quote. This was a non-Christian historian writing within the period of eyewitnesses. It corroborates with the biblical claims of Jesus, his miracles, his loyal followers, the prophecies foretold by the prophets of old, his crucifixion by Pilate, and his resurrection. It just seems very odd that we have a source from the people who hated Jesus and a source who has credibility in the historical community, both mentioning similar things in regards to Jesus. Not only did he exist according to these two non-Christian sources, he was sentenced by Pilate as said in these outside sources. Crazy coincidence for a man that supposedly doesn't exist. Well, that's all for this video. What are your thoughts so far on this series? I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.